off I went. I still had my corporate job. So I started dabbling with it as a little side offering thing. And in all honesty, I didn't really know what I was doing, which I think now I'm 10 years down the line, it is fair to say a lot of people kind of fall into it. Maybe not necessarily the exact same way via that method. And I never actually used those methods. I definitely went in with going, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just trying to feel my way around it. Charging like £10 an hour-ish? Because for experience, for experience, give me 10 quid an hour so you can pay for my time and my petrol. And off I went. I didn't do that for very long because then I very quickly realised that this was not the right thing to do. So then I fell into some circles where they were talking more about positive ways of training and very much the psychology side of it, which piqued my interest. I was like, oh, this sounds quite interesting. Because I never really enjoyed the other stuff either. Like when I got told to try and practice it on my then puppy, I was like, it didn't ever really sit right with me. So then fell into doing some more positive stuff with some different trainers. Started offering a few more one-to-one sessions, maybe packaged it up so you could buy maybe 2, 3 or 5 sessions. Did it part-time for a few years and then decided, no, do you know what? I need to do this all in. So I then went into that from a full-time point of view. Realised within about 4 months that I need to start looking at this as a business because prior to that, it'd very much been a hobby. I was doing it weekends and evenings around work. I was like, no, I need to start looking at this, and my mindset was business. So I did invest more money than I needed to in the start because I thought I needed all this stuff like a fancy website. Definitely didn't, but what I did need was a coach. So I found...
A what?
I know. Went down the business coach route, and then 10 months later, the business had turned over 90 grand.
Wow.
And I've not looked back since.
That's it's pretty amazing, that is.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
You don't really realise it until you start looking back. But yeah, and I think since then and then since meeting you, it just goes to show how much like we are so passionate about this industry. Like we love dogs, we love the people side of it, shockingly. Yeah. And it's important for us to kind of share these stories and make sure that the public are perceiving the services that dog professionals are offering as something to be incredibly valued, but whilst also making sure that business owners have the support that they need in the dog profession to make sure that they're looking after themselves, they're looking at their business as a business, and they are creating a business around the life that they want to have. Whether that is aiming for 90 grand or if it's aiming for a steady 30k a year, both of which are absolutely acceptable things. Like I'm personally one for, and I know you are now, I've turned you. Yeah. It's all push, and we'll go for bigger and greater, but all from an ethical value standpoint. It's not about the money. The money is kind of coming as a natural growth of delivering amazing service and meeting new people and being able to do more. Yeah. And that's kind of like the journey.
And even if it isn't the money that you'd like more of, it's that the work home life balance is the thing that we hear a lot of.
Yeah, it's
a
huge
it's so
thing.
It's so off, with trainers that think they've got to work every evening and weekend, and for many years that's what I did, and I felt like I couldn't not offer that because as a trainer we have to accommodate our clients and offer when they're free and they're not at work. But then I look at that now and go, well, how many businesses do that?
I was going to say, imagine
you've just got to take time off.
Anything run from like 9 till 5, Monday through Friday.
What would exist? Nothing, because everything has to happen on an evening and a weekend. Yeah. Like everything else, you just go, oh, well, I've got to take an hour out or 2 hours out to do this because they only operate from this hour, this 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. or something. So it's having that shift in your mindset of going, we don't always have to just accommodate everybody else's needs. Like we have to look at our own needs as well.